So, but there needs to be understanding that happens. That's when trust is developed. Now, what are the types of things that we share and seek to understand? On either side of the couple, you'll notice a number of things that need to be shared with one another if you're going to have a bond together. The first is dreams. Do you know the dreams that your spouse has? Do you know those? Do you know what that is? Have you had that conversation? Many people don't. And so what happens is the people are running like, couples running like this with no idea that their spouse actually has a dream other than just to sort of be at home and dote over them or whatever, right? I mean, we all have dreams. What are those? Do you know your spouse's dreams? The second thing is interests. Do you know what your spouse is interested in? Do you know the things that your spouse likes to do? This is a really interesting one. You know when you don't know this very well, when you don't know what to get your spouse for Christmas. All right? If you get your wife a toaster for Christmas, you probably do not know her interests. Unless she is a really good cook, because a toaster says something. You can make me stuff. Right? Probably a bad thing. All right? I'm saving you on this one. Don't get her a toaster. All right? Now, ladies, you can get guys power tools. That is okay. We're fine with that. All right? Doesn't matter what you're trying to communicate, we're fine with that. But again, what are your spouse's interests? If you don't know what those are, then you have distance. Your spouse's history. Each of you brought to the relationship a history. Do you know your spouse's history? Do you know what their home was like when they grew up? Do you know how their parents interacted with one another? Do you know the rules and things that happen in the household? Do you know the ups and downs that happen in the past of your spouse? If you don't, that's something you need to find out, because you're probably tripping over wires all over the place that you didn't even know were there because of the history that we bring together. Next is emotions. Are you able to read your spouse? Do you understand the emotions and things that are going through your spouse's mind with certain actions and things? Activities. What are the types of things your spouse likes to do? What are the activities they like to be involved in? Thoughts. Do you spend time sharing with one another the things that are on each other's mind? You remember in the video, right? The guy's like, hey, I'm not a mind reader. A lot of us relate to one another as if we think our spouse should be a mind reader. You should just know what I'm thinking. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't just know what they're thinking, unless you're my wife, who knows when there's a surprise. But other than that, nobody knows, all right? You have to express it. And then finally, expectations. What are some of the expectations you've got? You could have expectations that you never expressed that cause problems. But if you take the time to share these things together and go through those things and truly understand one another, look at what happens underneath them, the word there, intimacy. You begin to form intimacy together because you know each other well. You start to understand each other on the emotional and intellectual level, which makes the physical level even better. And you need to understand that level as well. All right?